everybody. Welcome to Kids Church Online. I'm Pastor Dave.
I'm Maureen.
And I'm Eve.
And we are excited to be with you for another fun week of Kids Church. You guys ready?
Yes, we're ready. We're ready to win.
We're going to have a challenge today, a cup stacking challenge. And the winner is going to win a big prize. And the loser is going to have to do the horrible challenge at the end. So get ready for the cup stacking challenge. Ladies, you ready to go first?
No,
Yes.
All right,
We
let's
got
do
this,
this.
Eve. We got this.
I'm terrible at cup stacking.
Okay, don't say you're terrible. We gotta be positive.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our conclusion. The champion is Pastor Dave. In last place is Miss Maureen. She was a good stacker, not a good unstacker. And now she has to do something disgusting. Ha 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 ha.
You ready, Cindy? We need to go to church. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Do you hear that, Cindy?
No.
Listen. Sounds like a...
Snake!
Hey, Cindy.
Good morning, Carl.
So, guess what? I learned a new word today.
You did? That's cool. What is it?
It is complaining.
That's a new word to you?
Yeah, today my mom said, Carl, all you do is complain. Be grateful for what you got. And I was like, Mom, what's complain? She told me it was like whining. It is saying out loud to everyone what you think is wrong.
That sounds like you got in trouble this morning, Carl. What were you complaining about?
Oh, just everything. I didn't get enough sleep last night, you know. It was way too hot in my room. My brother snores all night long. And this morning we ran out of milk for my cereal. I couldn't even find my favorite pair of socks.
Carl!
Yeah?
You're doing it again.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Carl. I forgive you. Did you know even adults can get carried away with complaining?
They can?
Yup, in our story today, the Israelites complained so much that God sent snakes to punish them.
Ah! I'm afraid of snakes. I'm sorry, God. Please, do not send any snakes my way.
No, Carl, that's not how it works today. But back then, the snakes were there to teach a lesson about how important it is to trust God.
Sounds like when you complain, you are not trusting God.
You're right, you aren't. That's why it is important we thank God even when things are not going our way. He is trustworthy.
I like that. It sounds like our memory verse. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and do not lean on to your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5.
Exactly! So, Carl,
Yep.
no more complaining, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Hey kids, remember to trust God. See you next week.
And don't forget to wash your hands.
Bye.
The Israelites did not trust God to lead them into the promised land. So God punished them and made them wander in the wilderness for 40 years. Along the way, the Israelites grumbled and complained. When they set up camp, they complained that they did not have water to drink. "Why did you bring us here?" they asked. "We will die here, and so will our animals." God told Moses and Aaron to stand in front of all of the people and speak to a rock. God said water would come out of the rock. Moses called the people together, but instead of talking to the rock, Moses hit the rock 2 times with his staff. The water came out, and the people and the animals drank. But God was angry that Moses and Aaron did not obey his instructions or believe his power. So God said Moses and Aaron would not lead the Israelites into the promised land. The Israelites continued through the wilderness. Moses sent messengers to ask the king of Edom if the Israelites could travel through his land. But the king of Edom replied, "No, I won't let you go through our country, and if you try, we will attack you." So the Israelites had to travel around Edom. The journey was long, and the people continued to grumble and complain. "Why have you led us from Egypt to die in the wilderness?" they asked again. "We have no bread or water." God disciplined his people by sending venomous snakes that bit the Israelites, and many of the people died. Some of the people realized they had sinned by complaining to God, so they told Moses, "Please ask God to take the snakes away." Moses spoke to God for the people. God told Moses, "Make a snake image and put it on a pole. When anyone who is bitten looks at it, he will recover." Moses made a bronze snake and mounted it on a pole. Whenever someone was bitten, that person looked at the bronze snake and recovered. The Israelites faced a huge problem because of their sin. God sent snakes to punish Israel, but anyone who was bitten could look at the bronze snake on the pole and live. Because of our sin, we face a huge problem. We are separated from God. We deserve to die. But anyone who looks to Jesus on the cross and trusts in him will live forever with God.
Everybody, welcome to the Harvey Butterwinkle Show. I'm your host, the world famous, the world renowned Harvey Butterwinkle. You might know me from such things as winning a chili contest. I won it by not putting beans in there because you cannot put beans in chili in Texas. I don't know why, but it's a thing, okay? Just go with the rules, okay? Anyways, I'm here with my friends Lenny. Hello, Lenny.
Hi.
And Rory the Lion.
Hello.
It's good to have you guys with us. Today's topic is going to be kids waiting and how it is so hard to take a long time to wait for something. You know, if something ever happened, kids, where like you couldn't go to school or you couldn't play with your friends or do anything really that fun, that would be hard, right? But God wants you to prepare yourself to be patient, okay? So when things don't go your way, you don't want to like flip your lid and go crazy. God doesn't want you to do that, okay? Where's my coffee? Hey, assistant, get over here. I told you to have this coffee ready 10 minutes ago. Give me a refill right now.
What the word is wrong with you? You were just talking about being patient. Look at you right now.
All right, cuts, let's go to commercial break. Do you guys have terrible dance moves?
Maybe.
Do you scare people off the dance floor when it comes time to get groovy?
Kind of.
Try Groove Juice today. That was great. Buy Groove Juice today. All right, kids, we're back. Harvey Butterwinkle here, and I will have to say to you, I am very sorry. I was just telling you at home how to be patient when you have to wait for things and things don't go your way, and then I showed you exactly what not to do. So, Harvey Butterwinkle says sorry to you at home, and I also say sorry to my assistant. You forgive me? All right, very good. Coffee isn't that important, kids. Neither is getting things right when you want. Right, Lenny?
Right.
All right, Lenny and Rory, why don't you tell me about a time that you might have struggled waiting for things, so I'm not the only person that feels bad here.
Well, one time I was at McDonald's and I was really hungry. I mean, I haven't eaten for days and I was starving. And so, like any normal lion, I go to McDonald's to grab a burger.
Of
I mean,
course.
wouldn't you?
Of course, that's very common.
Chicken nuggets.
Well, no, I'm not talking about chicken nuggets right now. I'm talking about a burger.
All right, guys, remember, be patient, be patient.
Yes. Anyways, so I go to the drive-thru and I'm excited, right? Remember, I am starving. And when I get to the window to pay, they go, "Oh, it's a lion!" But I was like telling them, I'm like, it's okay. I just want my burger. I'm not gonna eat you. We're all good. And they kind of settled down. But then they said, "Well, we don't have your food ready yet."
Oh no.
Oh, no.
It's fast food. I had to wait a whole 5 minutes.
Oh, that's
I know, 5 minutes.
that's crazy. I'm sorry that
They
happened
made
to
me
you.
park in a parking spot, and I had to wait for a long time. It felt like a million years.
I'm so sorry that happened to you. That sounds terrible. Well, were you able to forgive them and be patient with them, even though you were straight triggered?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little triggered at the beginning. But then I was reminded how I tend to get angry and I need to stop that.
Yes,
I need
your
to have
temper's
patience,
terrible.
because patience is a fruit of the Spirit. And God calls us to be patient with others. And so in that time, I had to learn sometimes it might be difficult, but patience is always the best thing.
That's good. So maybe you wanted to eat the worker, but you didn't do it, right?
No, I came close, not gonna lie. But I did not. But yes.
Very good. Lenny, what about you? I mean, you like to rummage through garbage cans and such. Have you ever had trouble in your life in terms of patience?
Yes, well, right now, being patiently waiting my turn,
Yeah.
telling my story, that's one.
Sorry I took long. It was a long story.
That's fine.
But remember, be patient, okay?
I think every single Christmas I have to be really patient and not complain that it's taking forever to open the presents.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Every Christmas!
Every time.
I just
I
want to
agree.
open all the presents as soon as we wake up.
Oh, yeah.
But no! My mom makes me eat breakfast first. Then we gotta tell the Bible story. Then we have to pray. And then we can open the presents. And every single time, I just want to get to the presents.
Yeah, that is very hard. So what do? Do you like bite people and give them rabies, or do you have patience?
I've had my rabies shots. Thank you very much.
I'm
Harvey.
sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Be patient with me. Be patient with me.
Honestly, I just sometimes forget because I get wrapped up in eating the yummy breakfast. And then I forget, I wanted to open presents. It just works that way.
Very good. I'm glad you found a way to kind of be patient in that moment. Well, very good, folks. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Harvey Butterwinkle Show. Bye, Letty. Bye, Rory.
Bye.
And see you next
Bye,
time, kids.
Moses, are we there yet?
Not there yet. Remember, you're distracting yourself. You're looking for green things. Do you see anything green out in the wilderness?
Moses, there's green everywhere. Look, tree. Moses, are we there yet?
Not yet. You're looking for nice fuzzy animals now.
Oh, Moses, I'm tired of this game. Oh. Moses, are we there yet? I'm so tired.
Remember what I said. Bad things can happen. God is merciful, but sometimes there's punishment. So I don't want anything bad to happen to you here.
I couldn't imagine what would happen to me. I got bit. Oh, no.
I told him.
Moses, I'm so sorry. Oh, God. Oh, I'm so sorry. What am I going to do?
You should apologize to God, most importantly.
Oh, God, I'm sorry for complaining.
All right. I'll pray to God and see if he'll help you, okay?
Please, hurry.
I prayed and God told me there can be salvation for you, but you must trust in him and look to the snake on the bronze pole, and you will be healed.
It's gone, the bite.
No more complaining. Trust in God.
Yes.
Kids
yes,
at home, trust in an all-powerful
Trust.
God, okay?
Hey there, I'm Pastor Brian, and it's time for Questions from Kids. Olivia from Pasadena, California asks,
My grandpa's been in the hospital for a long time. I've been praying for him, but he isn't getting better. Why doesn't God heal all of our illnesses?
Olivia, I'm sorry to hear that your grandfather isn't doing well. I know that's hard. And you know, today's Bible story hopefully gives you some level of comfort, because in today's story we see that God's people, the Israelites, also were not doing well when they sinned against God, and God sent these serpents to bite them, and they had to look on this pole in order to be saved and to live. And so in this, we see something really important. We see that God provided a way for them to live, to be spared from the death, from being struck by those serpents. God didn't have to do that. They didn't deserve that. That was a gift of grace to them. And that's the same heart that God has toward you and your grandfather and all of us as his people, that God loves us and he cares about us. Now, sometimes people get sick and God does not promise to take away all of that sickness, but we have to trust that everything God does is for his glory and our good. And what he wants us to do is the same thing that the Israelites were called to do. He wants us to look to him. Just like they had to look up on that pole, look at that serpent for salvation from the serpents, he wants us to look to him and trust in him no matter what is going on. And so right now especially, it's a great time for you to show your faith and your trust in God. Even if you don't understand what is going on and why God is doing what he's doing, you look to Christ and you show others that Jesus matters most and you trust him no matter what. So how can you show others that your faith is in Jesus?
Hi, I'm Morgan Grace, and I went to East Asia with my mom. When we were teaching English at one of the schools in the remote village, I met a sweet little girl named Su Ying. She told me what her life was like before she had a water filter in her house.
I had to walk a very long way down to the river to get water, several times a day. The river looks clean, but the water is so polluted and would make me very sick. But it was the only water source we had. Climbing back up the mountain was so hard because the water was very heavy and it was a long walk. When I got home, I would have to start a fire and then boil the water. Only then was it safe to drink.
I really wanted to learn more about Su Ying and what her life was like. So, I was real excited when she invited me and my friends to her house for dinner.
My full name is Li Su Ying, and I am 10 years old, and I am in the 3rd grade. My school is a 1-hour motorcycle ride from my house, so I live at the school during the week and come home on the weekends. I don't live with my mom and dad because they work in a factory that is very far away, so my grandma and grandpa take care of me.
Not only did local believers give Su Ying a water filter, but they also ran pipes to her house so she doesn't have to make that long walk to the river every day. I was excited when she wanted to show me the water filter. I can tell she is very proud of it and the impact it has had on her life as well as her family's. Local believers in Jesus have had a huge impact on Su Ying and her family, as well as her entire village. There are several people in her village that have put their trust in Jesus because of the love they have seen and felt through the Water Filter Project. Won't you help spread the love?
We hope you had a good time at Kids Church Online today. Did you have fun, Eve?
Yes.
Miss Maureen, did you have fun?
I had a great time.
She had a great time, but she's sad that I'm the champion cup stacker and she was the loser of the day. But Jesus still loves her, you know what I'm saying? But the challenge that she has today, she gets to drink coffee, which sounds okay, except she has to drink the unbrewed grounds. Totally disgusting. Do not try this at home. Are you ready? She doesn't have to drink it, just make sure the spit it out after a few seconds there. All right.
It stinks terribly, people.
Ready.
Vanilla scented.
Set. Go.
I'm so scared. Pray for me.
This is awesome, folks. All right. Wasn't that great? Oh, there it goes, folks.
Let's cover that up.
Oh my God, that's horrible!
Thanks, everybody, for joining us for Kids Church Online.
Bye.